Welcome, everyone, to Season 4, Episode 3 of Kicks at the Castle. This is a podcast by 4 sneakerheads dedicated to that Disney lifestyle. As Walt would say, to all those who listen to this happy podcast, welcome. My name is Ruby, and I will be your host today. We are down 2 men today. John is on a business trip, and he will be back next week. And our man, Irv, is just a busy bee. I am joined by Matt.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Yes, everyone wondering, Irv is okay. I talked with Tab, his wife, and he's just been slammed with work, but he'll let us know when he's going to come back. But he wants to let everyone know that he misses everyone. But we miss you too, Irv. So come back soon.
We miss you too. And we are also joined by today our social media manager, James.
Hey.
And our very special guest. Welcome, Janelle, to the pod.
Hi, guys.
All right. We have a great show for you all this week. We are going to catch up on some news items. We've got our fit of the week. We're going to talk about Land vs. World, and we're in Halloween spirit. So we're going to talk about Oogie Boogie Bash versus Nikki's Not So Scary Halloween. I will share a plant-based option, keeping the plant-based live alive for Irv when his absence. And then we're going to catch up on some recent trips, and also get to know Janelle with some Disney anatomy and trivia and just catch up with what she's been up to. So first, let's go ahead and jump into pickups.
Quavo, pick up, don't pick up the phone, don't pick up.
This week's hit and misses, not just shoes, anything shoe or Disney adjacent. So Janelle, what do you got for us? And maybe anything on your radar if you didn't get any pickups this week.
As far as shoes, I have not gotten anything this week. Hold on, let me think. What was the last thing I got? Yeah, nothing this week. Last week I ended up getting those yellow toe taxi one. Oh, they're right here. Here we go. Right here. Got those.
Nice.
But I actually just came from Oogie Boogie Bash last night, and I was also in the parks last week, so I did pick up a couple things there. So I'm a big pin. I don't say big. It's not that. I don't go that crazy, but I got a couple pins. I got one of the Oogie Boogie Bash pins. It kind of folds down and it says Oogie Boogie Bash 2022. These ones I like to collect just because every time I go, like, I just want to have like something memorable because I didn't have a Spirit jersey this year. I got a Tiana pin because I have a Tiana like denim jacket, and I put all of like her pins that I get of her on there. And then they also had like a limited release like mystery pack pin for Oogie Boogie Bash. And I got another one that says Oogie Boogie Bash 2020 on it, or 22, and then just one of like his face. And this is like 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I really
Where
wanted.
did you find the mystery Boogie Bash ones?
This was in Elias.
Damn, I missed them. I did not see them. I was looking for them. They didn't have any mystery boxes when I was there.
Yeah, I had to ask about it because I guess these were the only ones that they had left. So I was like, all right, let me just get it. Then we got an Oogie Boogie Bash hoodie that they had. Since they didn't have a jersey, I was like, I want some piece of clothing. So they had this.
It glows?
And it glows in the dark. I don't know where, but I'm assuming.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I
love glow in the dark.
Yeah.
It's an awesome hoodie.
Yeah.
And then I was in love with this Spirit jersey when I saw it online, but it's the holiday like Pixar Spirit jersey.
I saw it.
Dang, they already got holiday stuff?
Yes.
They had hella holiday stuff in there.
Holiday stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to get that while I was there. And then my boyfriend ended up getting this like Darth Vader.
Whoa.
Damn.
That's a helmet?
Yeah.
That's a big ass box.
I hope that like it talks and stuff, or he can put it on and it talks, because this is crazy. Oh yeah, okay. It does say sound. So
dang, that's
we
wild.
picked all that up last night at Oogie Boogie Bash.
That is wild.
You needed a shopping cart.
No, seriously. We actually left them at the store and we just picked it up when we were about to head out. Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got right now.
Damn.
That's all?
Janelle coming in with the hot
right, I know. You caught me at a good time.
Love it. We love to see it. Perfect for the Halloween episode.
Seriously.
Love it. Awesome. James, what about you? Any good pickups this week?
Since the last time I was on, I got like low-key pickups because I said I wasn't gonna buy anything until the Chicago ones. I'm not gonna call them lost and found. Let's just call them the Chicago ones because that's what they are. And the Chicago twos, which come out at the end of the year now. Those were supposed to be my next pickups, or a Teddy Santis really like season 2 release. But I did buy some New Balance. The first pair, the first pair. Okay, so the first pair is a model that is, I feel like it's like a model that not many people in the sneaker community wear, but a lot of people in the non-sneaker community wear.
Like dads?
That's what I was
Like
gonna say.
No, it's not the 990 V3. And you guys are all gonna laugh because me and Adrian are going to give you flashcards or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna need them.
But so it's the 5740, and
Okay.
this came out like I think it came out last year, the model like last summer, and slowly like just like every New Balance, like they just released like a ton of colorways. These released in February, and I got them on like crazy sale. So I was like, I've been hesitant because they're kind of got a chunky like midsole, but anyone who owns them says they're not that bad on feet. Once I put them on feet, they are very comfortable. They are not as chunky as I thought, just good.
Are they like a gray or like a green?
So it's actually, if you want a little history lesson on the colorway, it is the same color. I'll put them down. It's the colorway that was on I think they're released every 5 years, the New Balance 1300 Japan. And that's the colorway that they basically, they've put it on a bunch of other silhouettes, but they put it on that one. I really like it. I'm not like Adrian. I don't like all gray sneakers. I had this chat actually with John yesterday where I'm like, I can't ever buy an all gray New Balance because I need to look at this shoe and go like 10 years from now, am I going to look like an old man wearing this shoe? Because I think the gray New Balance, I think it's going to be I think it's a trend and I think it'll go away. But I think that if you buy models and like colorways that are slightly different, slightly unique, brighter colors, I think there'll always be like a classic colorway, which brings me to my next 2002R. I finally decided to cop a pair. This is me. Like I love Adidas. I love Ultra Boost. I love New Balance 550s. There's a lot of pairs that are like complete opposites. This is like right between that comfort level. This is by far the most comfortable shoe I've ever worn.
I think those are the ones Luigi wears.
What's that?
I think those are the ones Luigi wears.
Yeah, like
Pretty sure.
they're like between cushion, like a squishy cushion and a firm, and like they're super light. Like I don't know how light they are, obviously compared to other shoes, but they definitely feel way lighter than a lot of the shoes that I have. But yeah, I will say those two models I've been just watching from afar and waiting and be like, do I need them? Are they going to be a model I actually want to wear? They both went on sale, and so I bought them both. So
those deals, they'll get you. They'll break you out your spending breaks.
Yes, it's not the end of the 2002R for me though. It's probably the only 5740 I'll buy, not because of like the comfort or anything, because it's actually very comfortable. I don't like buying multiples of one shoe unless it's like a Jordan 3. Like I'll buy multiple Jordan 3s, Jordan 1s, but everything else, like, yeah. Oh, 550s. I have a lot of 550s. I love them.
Yeah, I was about to say, come on.
Yeah,
Sir,
I have a lot of 550s.
We see your pics.
I literally only have one pair of New Balances, which are the 974 yurts.
Which pair?
Yeah.
The yurts,
whistle.
the 974, the ones with the whistle on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Wet my whistle. I was telling Adrian, he wore those at the park last week, and I have like song association brain. So like certain things just trigger like songs to play in my head, and it's very annoying because they get stuck in my head. And so as soon as I saw his yurts, I just started singing like wet my whistle, and he was like, "Why are you just singing that random song association brain? Why did you wear those shoes the second way now?" All right, Matt, what do you got?
I got nothing. Another dry week. Yeah, I know I don't know why. I even got early access for, what do you call it? I think they're called the Iron Shadow Dunks today. And as soon as they're like the Halloween pair, I didn't even know that they're releasing these. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's like the gray
Yeah.
with like, I think it's a glow in the dark green bottom. But yeah, I've been one for those today, and I had early access on I think Finish Line, and yeah, they sold out as soon as I opened up the app. So, but I don't know.
Damn.
Hopefully next week or something.
Yeah. Well,
I went for the
sometimes
FAMU dunks too. I didn't even get those.
I feel like sneakers has been like hit or miss for me lately. I was bummed. My timing is all off since I'm not on my normal time, and I really wanted those Dia de los Muertos dunks this morning because I usually get everything from those collections. Because my Mexican ass has to celebrate everything in shoes, and I was like, damn. I like was off by like an hour. I was like, what the fuck? And then they were sold out. I was super bummed. But what I do notice is I feel like all the Dia de los Muertos stuff like sells out. And then within like a couple months, it's all super cheap, even under retail sometimes. So I'll probably just scoop them up later because I don't need them for the holiday because I'll just always keep them anyway. So
Yeah, there was like a pair of like Jordan 1 mids last year, right? That like I feel like they sat and they were like
yeah,
cool
you could
colorway.
still the black and red ones with like the shark teeth around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dope. They kind of look like a vape sneaker. I have them. They're
Mhm.
dope. They have like a rhinestone on them. The details on that shoe are awesome, and they still sit. You can still get a pair today. Cool. Well, I am on a business trip, so I do have some dope pickups at home waiting for me, but I don't have them here, so I won't spoil them. But Janelle, I am recently a pin girl myself, so I more
Right.
recently started getting into pins, and I picked up one of the Magic Key Hatbox Bay. That's why I call him Hatbox Bay pins. So I was excited to get that, but I've got to figure out like a new solution of where to display my pins because I got a pin backpack, but I like quickly ran out of space, so I need to get another one.
That's why I'm like
but yeah.
selective on the pins
Yeah.
that I get because then it's just gonna be like too much. Like I have a Tiana
Yeah.
jacket, I have an Olaf jacket, and then I have just like a regular one that has like the miscellaneous stuff that I'll put like my Oogie Boogie ones or like special Disney ones that I have.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not deep diving into it. I don't need a cork board. I can't.
I'm not about to
Right.
find you in Adventureland up on that bench.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, no, I can't do that either. No, it's expensive too, especially when you get into like fantasy or like small shop pins too. Like
Mhm.
then that becomes a lot, and there's a way more.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Girl, it's wild out there with the pin game. I'm like, I don't know how y'all do it, but they are really cute.
Yeah, I really don't know how you guys do that.
expensive.
I do like I feel like when there's certain characters or something like it's cool to see like the limited edition one. Like when they did the Mater in front of the Cars Land sign, like the Cars Land sign is like my favorite photo spot. That's catch me there every time I'm in the park. And then I love Mater. So putting him in front of that sign, it's like that's a pin that I just knew I needed to have. I'm like, this is me. Like I am this. So I think that's a part of pins. All right, rad. So let's get into some newsies.
Newsies.
We'll catch up. We don't have too much in newsies, but that's okay because some of these topics might go down a little bit of a rabbit hole. So I think we've been kind of trying to avoid this topic a little bit, but it's inevitable. You can't have a sneaker themed podcast and avoid it forever. So Ye is no longer a billionaire, and Adidas finally pulled out of that partnership. So it's been an interesting few weeks in the Ye. I mean, it's been an interesting few years, but particularly the last few weeks have been rough. I know some of us in the community are definitely Yeezy fans and kind of have gone to bat for this man a lot, despite some of his past issues, but I think people are kind of really at that breaking point. So thoughts on this one, y'all? It's a rough topic.
It is. I mean, for everyone in the sneaker community, like it was kind of hard to hear like what he said, and it's just tough. I mean, at one point I had like almost like 25 pairs of Yeezys sitting in my closet.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely sold a lot. Not because, I mean, this is way before that stuff happened yesterday. Or was it yesterday? Yeah, it did happen yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Officially,
yeah. And yeah, it was, the man definitely needs help. He's bipolar. But yeah, it was just hard to see it go down like that. And I mean, I don't even know what to say.
It's rough, bro.
I think I think so. Like for me, so I love Adidas, but I don't own any Yeezys, and I never have. I almost put Kanye West and Elon Musk into a similar bracket where they're both geniuses at different things. I think the sad reality is that Elon Musk has said some silly things as well over the last couple of years, where I've lost, like I read his book, like I was a big fan of him. I've lost a lot of respect for him over the last couple of years, but it's not to the point of like shutting someone out. You know what I mean? Like, and I think mental health being a huge reason for what's going on with Kanye is obviously it's tough to wrap your head around, because like you don't know what he's going through. Some people do. And so it's hard for me not to look at this situation though and go, when you are bragging that you're not taking your medication and then this stuff happens. That's the only thing that I can say. Like it's tough because I don't know what situation they're going through, but there's only so much, like you said, you can defend, where it's like, okay, well, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of this and this and this. And then when does it end? And at this point, I think it has, where it's like, okay, like it's time for you to step out of your, I'm a genius. I can get myself out of any situation. I can say whatever I want because I'm a genius. And it's time for you to get some help, right? Like it's time for you to see what's happening now and like get people that are around you that aren't yes people, right? Get some people that will actually be like, hey, Kanye, I know, like his mom was his rock. Let's just say my last album I really liked from Kanye, and I was a huge Kanye fan through high school. I wanted to wear pink polos. I wanted to wear the backpack. I wanted to wear babes. I wanted to wear the whole thing, right? Like I loved Kanye. I loved his music. But my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was the last album that I actually cared about from him. I feel like at that point it was like, okay, something's going on. I think he needs to start dealing with it. And I feel like that was like the start of his spiral, because his mom passed away a few years prior, and you kind of just saw that, and maybe he just never, had closure at the end of the day, right? I don't think a lot of people are thinking of like his mom at this point, because it's been a decade since that happened. But I think that's
I
where
think if you watch the documentary, like the one on Netflix, there's a lot that you could see there about the relationship with his mom. And so it's like you can see how there was not closure and the impact of something like that on somebody who already struggles with like mental health in this way. So I mean, that's a big part of it. Janelle, what about you? Are you a Yeezy person or not really?
Not too much. I haven't been keeping so much up to date with what's been happening with him, but obviously like I follow so many pages that they, it just circulates anyways. And from all the other stuff that he said, like beyond sneakers, like now even people in the Disney community have been posting stuff about him as well. So I've seen it, of course. But I liked him. My favorite album was 808 and Heartbreaks. That was like one of my first albums that I really got and really enjoyed.
Underrated.
Front to back. Like, that was like my first Kanye album, and I was like, he's great. Right. But then when he got to Adidas, I already kind of fell off of him to like musically. Didn't really care for his sneakers like that. The only ones I'd even say that I would like to own are the Turtle Doves. Like that's it. I just had one pair. I'm fine with that. But it does suck to see someone so great go down like this. And I've also just saw that even though Adidas is letting him go, like they still own the rights to his all his products and stuff like that. And I feel like that's not right either. Like I like Adidas, I own some, and I also don't own any Yeezys, but you see that happen like a lot of other times, especially even with the Off-White stuff. After like the first 10 and maybe like a couple after, like Virgil wasn't like a part of that anymore, but they still own the rights to some of that stuff. So they kept on like pushing it out and pushing out. Then it becomes oversaturated. And then it's just like, it doesn't make it special anymore. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Adidas is still going to do with them. They're still going to push out Yeezy stuff. even though it doesn't have like his name attached to it anymore. And that kind of sucks though, because then it's like, what kind of contracts are these people signing when they're doing like all these collaborations and stuff? Because you're assuming that they're still, a part of the collaborations, the designs, and everything like that. And then it also goes back to like the Travises and stuff too. Like, is he even a part of those anymore? Like, even though his name's attached to it, does he still have his hands on it anymore? Probably not, because like you've seen it happen with all these other collaborations and stuff too, like, which kind of sucks. But did you guys see that he went to Skechers?
Yeah.
There was
Bruh, I just saw
Yeah.
that.
I just read that earlier
My man
today that
did
he
down
like
bad. Like,
The
showed
owner
up
of Skechers is
unannounced,
Jewish.
uninvited with camera crew, one of the like Skechers, like what warehouses
about
or
to see
something,
some
or
easy
headquarters
shape ups
out
Oh,
here,
bro.
like, and they were like, no, we're not
Bro,
gonna
get
do
out.
this either. I was like, whoa, that's it kind of sucks just to see someone great like that like go down. But I
Yeah.
also don't condone anything that he's really said like that either. It just sucks, because everyone has always looked up to him as being a great like artist. And then people even look up to him for his fashion choices as well. And even though they were kind of weird at times, but there are some die-hard Kanye fans that are
We
going.
have a few in the
Yeah,
Discord. We have one
exactly.
specifically who
And-
loves anything Kanye does, but
exactly, and they're gonna ride for him,
Even
but
Kyle was
Kyle,
challenged with
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was struggling. And I am one of those people that definitely fucking stands by Kanye through a lot of shit. And I have someone very close to me who is bipolar, and I know exactly what it looks like. I've been with them on that spiral journey, and
yeah,
it is painful. It is hard. And when you love people and when you know they're great and you see them going through that, like, you just want so bad to like be able to pull them out of it. And I think for
Yeah.
so many years, like as I watch Kanye like struggle through this, having such a close connection, I'd be like, I know what he's doing is like whack and it doesn't make sense, but like I've seen this with like people who are good people and people that I love, and like Kanye is great. He like makes great stuff, and it's like it has a lot of meaning to people. Like, I mean, I think of his music, I think of Easy's things that I love that like mean a lot to me. And I mean, it's rough, like seeing someone that you love and that you've defended so much, and then
yeah,
being a Jewish woman and like hearing the anti-Semitism and knowing that there is still people who like don't even believe the Holocaust happened, or like people who are already like trying to amplify an anti-Semitic platform, and then it's like someone you love like lifting that up. And like cities like LA, which are like progressive, and you're like driving down the freeway signs and they're like, Kanye's right about the Jews, and it's just like seeing stuff like that is like fucking heartbreaking. So it's been super sad couple weeks, I think, for me. I'm bummed to see this for him. I really wish.
Did you watch his whole interview?
I did.
I didn't.
Yeah, I
didn't even watch it.
I
I mean,
haven't
I just
watched
saw.
it, so.
I just saw the clips or whatever that.
You're talking about
posted.
drink champs, right? That's what you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a drink champs. I watch it anyways.
Yeah, you
Usually,
watch. Yeah.
if somebody's on it that I like, and so I did watch it, and it was rough to watch. I mean,
I can imagine.
you can't even control someone like that. And it was not even an interview. It's like he's so out of it that it's like,
Was he just like ranting on?
yeah, and even like
he's drunk.
Nori would try to, even before he was drunk though, he's very good at like when they would try to press him on anything, he would just like redirect and like go off on another tangent. It's really hard to like interview someone like that. So like sometimes he would say shit that like you could tell Nori was like, well, let me try to dig into that, and like just couldn't get through to him. Like he would just spin it and like move on. And so it was rough to watch. But I mean, honestly, I hope he gets the help he needs. And I won't say like I've given up on Kanye forever, because in my heart, like there's still love that I have for stuff he's created. And my true wish for him is like he gets the help he needs, because I feel like everyone deserves help, and like mental health is real. It's like something people need to like be able to have support on, and most people don't have to have the world watch their meltdowns. but like, bro, at a certain point, like you're hurting other people. Like this is a
Yeah.
dangerous existence because you have a platform. Unfortunately, that adds some responsibility to your plate. And when you say things like this, like, you know, it's like same people who attack the LGBT community. It's like those things result in like hate crimes that like actually impact people's lives. And like that's too far. Like you gotta stop. And so I hope my man's can get the help that he needs.
Same.
And but
There is-
Janelle, I think it's a great point that you made about like I saw Adidas still gonna sell
Yeah.
Yeezys, and I was just kind of like, part of that I think is kind of like his argument. It's like you own us in a different way. Like
Yeah.
you can just take my stuff and make it yours. You're putting out colors that I didn't approve. And
Yeah, he's already been
Yes,
saying that anyways. Yeah.
yeah,
And it also goes back to some people were also saying that he's probably just doing this to get out of his contract because he was trying to get out of it anyways.
right.
But like at a certain point, like you don't need to say certain stuff.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
get
Like
out of
if
your
you,
contract to make the world kind of like stop and
Yeah.
attack you like that. I feel like there's other ways you could have gone about getting out of your contract if that was the issue.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I will
Rough
say,
one.
I will say, as an Adidas fan, I don't think it's right that they're going to be reselling his designs. But it is not his designs. That is the other issue. That's a whole other thing. Like I've spoken to a few people that are more behind the scenes with that stuff. And the thing is, you got like the contracts associated with it. Obviously, contracts, we all know you're signing away your life. We already know that anything, to do with contracts, that's why lawyers should read over it. And maybe lawyers you're like, oh, well, I'll be fine. But reality is that he sketched something that looks like his current shoe, but he sketched it. The designers who work for Adidas, who were hired by Kanye, but work for Adidas, are the ones who designed the shoe. And that's where it gets complicated, right? So you have, I always forget his name, but there's a prominent sneaker designer who, one of his bigger sneakers were the Reebok Fury, OG Furies. You remember those shoes? Like that was his claim, like to fame, making him very unique. Like he's done a ton of other shoes since, but like he was one of the main designers at Yeezy. So he designed a lot of the shoes that were there. Again, I'm not defending Adidas. I'm just saying like that's the legal obligation that's there. It's not technically his because he signed that in his contract. It's his sketch, but not still the designers who designed the shoe.
I think it's
kind of like every
still kinda
collaboration.
like
Every collaboration's like that though.
Yeah.
but like the Yeezy is so like interchangeable with him, even if he wasn't the designer. The fact that they like use his name on it, to me, it's like we won't keep you on, but we'll still make profit off your name.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I don't
that's
think they
what I
should
don't
be
like.
selling it.
Like,
I don't
if
think they should.
if you like made a whole ass new shoe and it kind of looked like a Yeezy, but like was slightly different, like their slides that arguably don't look like the foam slides, whatever. But like,
Yeah, I
let's
don't
say
think
they
they
just made some like off-brand looking Yeezy shit and called it some other name. Like, I'd have more respect for that. I wouldn't buy them because I'd be like, yo, this is a weird ass copy shit. But I would still have more respect for that than being like, well, we're going to use your name to make the money we want to make. And it's like, that's kind of like, in a sense, you're still amplifying this person by using a shoe that's named after them. So just because Kanye isn't there, you're still like easy. It's like,
and it's
Well, they
different.
didn't-
so is
They
it for the cause or
created-
not?
Yeah, they created like new silhouettes with him. It'd be different if they had an old silhouette that he just like, I don't know, changed the colorway of it and stuff like that. But these are new sneakers that we've seen in the past 5 years or however long he's been there, like that have changed the sneaker community, the sneaker world, because now everyone's trying to mimic those. You see low-key Skechers are like, I mean, Skechers have always tried to do that anyway, like mimic like Air Maxes or something like that too. But it is kind of like he changed the game with them as well.
One last note on this. Nike did the same thing though on their Yeezy 2s. He was gone by the time they released.
Oh yeah.
I think Kanye still got some money from it, but because he didn't, I think it was it the rappers that were released after he was gone from Nike, and he's like, I'm done with them.
See, but that's a little bit different because Kanye was like, peace out, I'm out, I don't fuck with y'all. And they were like, well, we're gonna make the money off of this. This is Adidas saying, nah, we don't agree with you. We don't support what you're saying, but we'll
Yeah.
use your name to make some money
Oh,
though. And so
I'm
it's like,
again,
you're still
I'm
like,
not defending them
Yeah.
doing it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like,
They
technically
Nike did the same
thing.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a hot mess. Yay, why you
Hot
put us in this situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fun topic. What a magical topic.
It's a
What a
really
magic-
fun way to start things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some Disney related shoes, Marvel Land, these Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. Ooh, thoughts?
Do they have to do
Who-
with the movies? The movie? in
I
any way?
dislike the webbing. I think it
I don't
looks
like them either.
corny. I think it looks like a Walmart Air Jordan 1. Just saying. I'm hoping it's a render. I'm hoping that is not what the shoe looks like. It's still gonna sell out, let's be honest. But
Yeah.
like,
Again.
it's not for me. I think the original one's a lot better. I think it looks more like a Walmart version of an Air Jordan 1. I think we're
I
Air Jordan
love
1s.
the other Spider-Man ones. I have them. The leather on them is some of the nicest
Yeah.
leather I have on.
Looks great.
The dots on them look dope, but I totally agree with you. This one just looks hella corny.
Yeah.
It looks
I wish
like-
like they just done
Took a
like
pencil to their shoe.
I wish they just would have done like a bread version of the original or the OG I guess Spider-Man Air Jordan
Yeah,
1
that would have
highs.
been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like
sure they could've-
they're okay. Like maybe if like the spider web, like you couldn't see it, or if it was like 3M and
That would
like
be dope.
Mhm.
That
like
would be
you couldn't
cool.
see it unless like you shine like your light on it, like that would
Yeah.
be cool.
That would be
But-
cool. Yeah.
If it's like in your face like that, and I don't know.
Yeah. It looks like some kid took a white pencil to it and was like, I'm making
Yeah.
Spider-Man Jordans. And you're like, what'd you do to my shoes?
Ruby, they're going to spin that story exactly like that. Look at Miles Morales. He drew it. Look at it's. Don't you want Miles Morales drawing webs on your shoe? Come on,
Well,
he's a high school art. He loves drawing. Come on, you knew that. He loves graffiti.
yeah.
Look, I sold it. There you go. You're gonna buy the sneaker now because it's a story. Nike, best
So
storyteller.
That's the magic of marketing. All right, so safe to say none of us are going for these. Sorry,
Yeah.
Spidey. All right, this is not a topic for me, but I threw it on for y'all. Disney's Blizzard Beach reopens soon with a new Frozen makeover. How my Frozen people feeling?
I am freaking pumped. That is great.
It's only the kiddie section though.
But it doesn't matter. That it's for about time they did like Frozen. I'm like, how is this taking so long? So like, put Frozen
I know it
into
literally
that.
took like what, a whole year for them to do that. Literally just like Olaf in the middle of the pool and then those snowmen. Like
Yeah,
they literally could have
I'm-
just.
I'm shocked it took so long. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just happy Blizzard Beach is going to be open again because that's my favorite water park.
Janelle, do you like Frozen? Because Ruby's a hater. I don't know why.
What?
Yes, right?
Okay, to be fair, I've never seen Frozen.
What?
We told you to watch
Okay,
it. You didn't watch
first-
No, I didn't do it though. I didn't do it.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
what's worse, not watching Coco or not watching Frozen.
it, right? That's a hard
Definitely
one
not
too.
watching Coco.
Who didn't
Okay,
watch-
John didn't
John.
watch Coco.
That's
Coco's
our
my
main host.
favorite. Coco's my
Okay.
favorite Disney movie.
I have not seen full Frozen, but I will say that when I went to see Coco, I was blindly tortured by that 30-minute short Frozen film. And I didn't get a Pixar normal short film. So I felt particularly perturbed by Frozen. And I feel like that's enough Frozen that I need to see. But I do have to watch it because I have Broadway San Diego season passes, and one of the shows that's coming through San Diego is Frozen. So I have tickets to it, and I'm not gonna like not go. So I'll be watching it sometime in the next 2 months, and I'll come with my tail between my legs. But until then, I'm standing with the Frozen hate.
Wow. Oh, I don't know how to comprehend.
In my opinion, the second one is
Poor
better.
Janelle. She's like,
Oh,
my
no,
Olaf jean
I-
jacket is crying.
I disagree. I like the
You
first one.
don't
better.
like the second one? The second one I think is better.
Second one was
I
okay.
like the second one, but like at certain points, I didn't care for it anymore.
Yeah.
I think it was more adult.
Like it was
the second one.
Yeah, no, it definitely
It's not as
is.
fun.
The first one had more bops too.
Oh yeah, seriously.
Songs.
I listened to
Oh,
like
yeah.
2 songs off the second. But I feel like I half knew that Walt Disney World even had water parks. So whenever I go to that park, I'm probably gonna go there just for Olaf. So
Oh yeah, he's like the main thing of that refurb.
oh yeah, no, I definitely need a picture with him. Yeah, it's
She's
gonna
about
be
to be at the pool with her jean jacket. Like, I know he's at the pool, but
wet in the water with all my pins holding me down. Oh man.
I mean,
nah,
Olaf
you
looks
need to
cute.
yeah, you need to watch Frozen though to get him.
Yeah, you need to watch Frozen, Ruby.
Like,
What do you
like,
even do?
like when you get home.
Or while you're on vacation, you got nothing to do, like, just pop on Frozen.
Oh no. I promise I'm gonna watch it before I go see the show. Like I said, I'll probably come back with my tail between my legs, but that short film was not it. That was torture and rude.
You been on the ride though? You been on the ride at Epcot? Frozen
I
Ever?
ain't been listen, bro. I don't fuck with Frozen in no way. I ain't been on no ride.
Oh,
I don't watch
Oh,
no
dang.
the ride's good. Such a good ride.
All right. Well, that's all we got for Newsies. Next up, we got our fit of the week.
You know, my dad supplies for the family, but I supply for the fit pics. Did you get the picture yet? Did you get it? You know, who's really putting the family on? That's me.
Every week we pick a post that we were tagged or where the hashtag kicks at the castle is used. And this week is homie, repeat offender of the fit of the week, Big Drip Griff. Rocking what I think are some Jordan 11 7210s, maybe space. And it's him and I think his partner dressed as the two computer scientists from Spaceship Earth. They were at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. Really dope costume. They looked great. Loved it. So keep it up and be sure to use the hashtag Kicks the Castle and tag us for a feature in your Disney Fit Pics in park or not. Remember the or not. Next up, we got Land vs. World. So this week we're going to talk about which park has it better. And since we're on the theme of Halloween, we're going to be talking about Oogie Boogie Bash versus Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. And Janelle and I were both just at Oogie Boogie Bash. So we'll let our worlders kick it off. Matt, if you want to tell us about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween and why you think it might be better.
Personally, I haven't been to Oogie Boogie Bash, but from what I've seen at Disneyland, it does look pretty rad. I mean, you guys have that villain. I mean, what do you guys call it? The villain?
Villain's Grove?
Villain's Grove.
Yeah, like that I think is super rad. Like we don't have anything like that here. Honestly, I was gonna say like, well, actually, I don't know. Do you guys have parades?
Mm-hmm.
You guys have parades too?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Just
Damn,
Um,
the Haunted Mansion float for the parade was so dope.
oh yeah, it was really good.
Do you guys have shows too? Fireworks?
Show?
Not fireworks.
No fireworks.
Dang. Yeah.
But
I'm
not
still gonna have to
no shows, no.
I think
But,
I'm
like-
still gonna have to go with Not So Scary, or yeah, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party with that one, just because of the Sanderson Sister show or the Hocus Pocus show and the fireworks alone. I mean, Oogie Boogie Bash has definitely upped their game because of the villain row or whatever you guys call it. But I mean, with the shows, the parade, the fireworks, well, I guess the scare actors too. We have scare actors on some rides as well. I'm gonna have to go with Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Damn, keeping it loyal.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I like to, I keep it real. I keep it 100.
Yeah,
on
you
this.
keep it real.
Sometimes I veer to Disneyland too, but I don't know. This time I'm gonna go East Coast.
James, I know you're not the Halloween fan, but you gonna give us a nod for Oogie Boogie just cause?
I will cancel myself out. I will say, based on as you said, I am not the biggest Halloween fan. There's nothing against it. I love when we love dressing our kids up. We went to a Hocus Pocus show locally last weekend. It's not like we're like anti-Halloween. We're just very like, we like our kids to enjoy it. I understand why adults love Halloween. It's just not for us.
I just like to troll you.
What's that?
I said, I like to troll you.
Oh, you know what? it's like I said, I appreciate Halloween. I love actually seeing people dress up, like adults, kids, like teens, whatever. But yeah, I've just never been into Halloween that much. I'm more of a Christmas holiday person, which I've discussed before. I think something that Disneyland does well versus Disney World, just from listening to the pod for so long and listening, like, and being in Disney World and hearing what or seeing what John posts like every weekend when he goes, it seems like your character experiences like around the park just seem to be more entertaining. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's one of those things that in Disney World, you're like, you line up, you go, you take a picture, whatever. Disney World, like you do get like, I know the Cinderella, like the stepsisters come out and you can take a picture. So like kind of Peter Pan as well pops around, but like when I see like Marvel and you're saying like the villains, you're like, they're kind of just like there, and it's kind of like an experience versus, you know, lining up to just take a picture. And
Yeah.
I do respect that about Disneyland a lot. Now, but with that said, not having shows, you guys pay a lot of money to go to these parties and it's extra money. Like, I would want a show out of it. You know what I mean? Like a show or two. Like, to me, if I'm spending the extra money, it's not just the experience. It should be more than just.
And Hollow Wishes is fire. Like that's one of my
I ain't never
favorite,
seen it, so I can't speak.
And
on
the
that.
fireworks
shows.
show. You guys
Yeah.
know fireworks. Like, I know you can't because you're in like a residential neighborhood or whatever, but like, it's.
I was like a little shade.
I mean, you guys have
Yeah.
fireworks like on the weekends, right? It's not like every day.
Yeah,
though.
we got fireworks on the weekends. It's just not every day.
Yeah.
No, but like, obviously I have to go with Disney World for that reason, but I cancel out my vote. So I know Janelle and Ruby, you guys are gonna, because I haven't been either. So it's like, and I'm not a Halloween person. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We know. Janelle, go ahead and take it away, girl. Let these
So
boys go with that.
I've been going to like just Disneyland's like Halloween parties for like the past 6 years now, when they still had it at Disneyland before they switched it to like Oogie Boogie. And honestly, Oogie Boogie Bash is way better than what they used to do at Disneyland. Like, there's so many more like villain interactions that we get, and then on top of like Avengers Campus being available now, and then like having Zombie Cap there, and now like the werewolf and stuff like that, like there's just, I agree that there's a lot of like more interactions that we get with like our villains. I'm gonna always be biased because I've never been to Walt Disney World, so I can't even really talk too much about that. But we always like brag in like one of our group chats that I have about like our differences, and you know, us finally getting like the Sanderson sisters, well, like Minnie and Daisy and Carabelle as like the Sanderson sisters, and everyone was being mad at World because they didn't get that and stuff, but like they got Max as Powerline when we already had him before, so
Yeah. Mhm.
But I really enjoy it. Like, it's another chance to like just get dressed up as like your favorite Disney character, and you can really like dress up this time, especially adults, because obviously you can't during like the regular times of the years and stuff like that. I enjoy the treats, all the treat trails and everything. You can go back as many times as you want. It's best to go like towards the end of night because they just give it away. Just take it. I usually don't like the bags that they give out though, because they're so small. And you
Hell,
fill
it's
it
small.
up in like 2 trails, then you just have to bring an extra bag. So
For sure.
yeah, but we actually got a lot of candy. But yeah, I'm totally biased to Oogie Boogie Bash. It's one of my favorite times to go, even though I do agree that, I mean, regardless, like we pay a lot for our passes, our tickets, everything. We pay a lot, you know, and it's sad to say that we're just gonna keep paying it. So I can't really
We are.
I can't even go, I can't go off the price because I'm still gonna go regardless. But I wish we did have fireworks, or even like if it was a World of Colors show. I think that would have been cool too, like a Halloween World of Colors thing. Like that would have been nice to have. So I will agree on that front, that we all we have really, aside from the trails and then like the villains and stuff, is the parade. It only happens like 2 times a night, and it's cool. It's not bad, but I agree we could have more and we should have more because a lot of places do get closed off. Like some of the restaurants that I tried to go to yesterday, I didn't realize that they closed it off during the event and stuff. But then we also got the themed or Oogie Boogie specific like treats or like the Halloween foods and stuff like that too. So yeah, I'm totally biased on Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yeah, Oogie Boogie Bash is my shit. It was so fun. It was really hot the day I went, which was a little bit annoying, but it's at night, so it ended up being like fun. Seeing everyone's costumes is fun. The treat trails are so dope and so much candy. I'm not kidding when I say I left with like 15 pounds of candy, and that's like me stopping. Like I could have gotten more. So thank you to Disney for supplying some of the candy that I'm gonna give out on Halloween.
I think that's where people go. It's on like a ticket.
Like, damn, candy's expensive.
It's like
my rebate.
It's like 140 or something like that. And you get all this candy, and it's like you would have bought that in candy to give out.
Paid $40, exactly. That's like a $40 rebate right there.
Yeah. Do you guys not get that? Like the trails to like lead into like the characters and stuff?
No, I mean it's not like where, because I mean you can just walk through and then you get the interaction right there, right? Because like here, like you have to like wait for your interaction. Like you have to get in line for the character.
So then it's like a one-on-one interaction, or like you take the picture. Or what?
Yeah, kind of, and then and then you have photo pass taking your picture. So I mean, basically,
see, this is like less about
for
pictures. This is like the Sanderson sisters were for picture, but the rest of them, the whole point. Yeah, in Kingdom Hearts.
And the Kingdom Hearts character.
That's what I was saying though, right? Like when I was talking about like your experiences just seem to be like, oh, they're walking around type of thing. Whereas it's like they do walk around in Disney World. You can catch them, but they're kind of like, again, they're improvising, so they're really good at it to like say something and like, oh, but I have to go. You know what I mean? Like, and then they go to like the next thing and then they stop, and then you get the kids to like take the pictures in a random spot in Disney World, and then they keep going, right? Like it's like versus seems like they're more interactive. Like I'm just saying, like the cast members, like
they're amazing.
They're obviously good in that position for a reason. And I love the viral ones that aren't on Disney related, like reels or anything, but like the one that was the Gaston one. I don't know if you saw it. It went like
I think I remember seeing
viral recently. It's like, my boyfriend just broke up with me. Will you take me on a date? And it's during the parade at Disney World, and he goes, I'm looking for the most beautiful girl in the village.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
And then
my god. Oh shit.
Damn.
And I'm like, oh, that's so good. I show my wife that. She's like, that's me. And I'm like, no, that's hilarious.
That is me.
No, but like he's in character, so it's
he's a jerk, right?
If he didn't do that, you'd be like, you're not good at your job.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm gonna have to say, unfortunately, it's a 2-on-1 here, Matt, just because James canceled himself. So we're giving it to the Oogie Boogs. If John was here, we know where he would probably stand. But shout out, I want to go to Mickey's Not So Halloween sometime to catch that show, as well as I do love me some fireworks. So I wish we had that as well. But I will say the floats are really dope, especially the Haunted Mansion one was really awesome. Loved it. All right, next up we got Trips and Drips.
We move too fast, it can slime me as well. Life is too grimy, y'all watch for the devil.
So let's catch up on some recent trips to the property. What did you wear? What did you eat? What did you do? So Janelle, when was the last time you were in the park?
So aside from Oogie Boogie, I was there last Wednesday, and it was my first trip of the Halloween season. I just really wanted to go just because I hadn't been in a while, and to see the overlays and the decorations and everything. So we spent most of our time in Disneyland. I was with my friend Kat, so it was just a kind of slow, like solo trip. It was actually kind of busy, honestly. I was like, this is crazy on a Wednesday.
It was hot.
Yeah, it was hot too. I was like, what the hell? But because it was the first trip of like the Halloween season in a sense, I brought like outfits to wear so I can just get content in it just cause really. So I wore that new like off-whitish It had like all the different characters on it. It was like a t-shirt. It had like this different character. Everyone was like wearing it because I also had a matching like black crew neck with it too, with all like the characters with like pumpkins, and they had, I think
Oh,
Donald
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
had like he was dressed up as a candy corn and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's been wearing it. So I had one of the t-shirts. I was like, okay, let me just wear that. And I had on my satin shatter backboards. And then I did a second look as like a Jack Skellington shirt that I had. And then my lounge fly bag over here. And then I have Vans did a collaboration with Nightmare Before Christmas a couple years ago, and I had the Sally like classic like platforms. So those are like I literally only wore those during the holidays, but I wore those as well. And yeah, so we chilled. We just ate at French Market. I haven't eaten there in a while, but like the chicken was like really good. It was like a roasted or rotisserie chicken and mashed potatoes and like some vegetables and everything like that. Got a mint julep because that's one of my favorite drinks there. And then we just rode Mansion. One of my friends is also a plaid, so she was able to just get us like a pass, or one of like the passes, or what are they called now? Lightning lane. Yeah, that whole shit's so I'm just gonna call it fast passes. So yeah.
We're all fam here. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's all we really did. It was like really chill. I told I didn't want to be there that long. I was like, let's just go and get out. But yeah, that was like my most recent trip. And I think I might be going for Dapper Day in a couple weeks. And then
what day is Dapper Day?
The 5th and 6th of November. I think the 6th.
I think I'm gonna be there on the 5th.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna do the 5th. I have a birthday on the 6th, but the 6th is like the bigger like a park day. But I'm gonna still dress up on the 5th if I go, just to be in the spirits. And then
John and I are gonna be there on the 5th. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I think I'll be there then, and then I'm gonna go on the 13th because it's one of my friend's birthdays, and it'll be right as the Wakanda Forever stuff will be out. So I'm really excited to check out what they're going to bring.
Nice. Did you get a magic band when you were there last Wednesday?
I did not, because I told myself I'm not gonna get a band until I get a pass, because I currently don't have a pass. So thank God for my brother working there, so he can sign me in or give me a comp, because
good.
It is.
Damn.
Not the thing is, like, I was gonna get a pass last year and for my birthday at the end of November, and literally like 2 or 3 days before my birthday they sold out.
Oh no, they've been out ever since.
Oh my God,
that's brutal.
So heartbroken. Like, I was so close, and I was only holding out because I wanted my expiration date to be around my birthday, so that for my birthday I can just ask for money to renew my pass. So, and I was just like, fuck, like and since then they haven't re-upped their passes, which is so trash.
Messed up. I know.
Now, and I'm like, I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle for getting the Inspired
Cow one or whatever.
Yeah, because I want free parking. Like, I go so often that I need.
That's why I had to upgrade last year. I had like the middle tier, and I kicked myself all year. Like, by the fucking time I paid for all this parking, I paid for that other pass. Like, damn,
like I can't do it the way that I go. Like, I can't pay for parking, and that's the only like deal breaker for me is parking.
No, it's legit.
Now. It's $30. Like, $15. That's still a lot for parking, and I'm not doing that.
Nah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm praying for you. I hope they release those passes.
Thank you. Me too. I'm hoping after the holiday season. I think so.
Hopefully. Yeah, I think once they let some of these, probably by November, when they started to sell out, is like when they'll get closer to like all the renewals that'll happen, and then hopefully some should open up based on renewals.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. They're letting all the people renew their passes first, and then they're going to hopefully put out more. It's so stupid, but
it really is. It's like it's busy in here anyways. Just let us in. Damn.
I know.
All right. James, I know you haven't been to the park recently, but you are going to Alani coming up. So what do you got planned for your upcoming trip? Tell us a little bit about that.
So the last time I was on, not too long ago, I think it was like a month and a half ago, I was like ramping up for it, getting super excited. But yeah, we leave on Monday. So when this releases, I'll technically be at the airport. I will not be on a plane yet, but yeah, we will be on our way to Oahu, which is, if anyone doesn't know where that is, that's Hawaii, and it's Honolulu. It's the island of like where Honolulu is, and it's also where Aulani is, and that is Disney's resorts in Hawaii. It's one of the rare ones around the world. I think it's the only one actually that's not near a park. Oh no, wait, Hilton Head. Hilton Head isn't near a park, I guess. But yeah, so I think for us, we're super excited. We've had to cancel it twice already. We booked at the end of 2020, and then we booked again.
Dang.
Yeah, we booked
2-year waiting.
Yeah, we got obviously canceled then because there's more lockdowns. We canceled again in, I think it was March or April 2021. We rebooked, and then there's another lockdown. So I'm in Canada, so it's a little different, the travel restrictions. By the way, the coolest part though about Disney, so I'm a DVC member, so they continue to push our points. They did not do it for American DVC members because of just different restrictions. So, but they said a vast majority of their DVC members are Canadian for obvious reasons, because we're not a vast majority. I'm sure we have a very high percentage, they said, of Canadian DVC members, and they were like, no hesitation, no problem. You know what I mean? Every single time, because you're not allowed to push more than a year, but they continue to push the points. So back in the last time we were looking, which was November 2021, they're like, okay, so we pushed it again, but you have to spend a certain amount or you lose your points. And you know what, we were like, no problem, we totally get that. So when I was here a couple times ago, we drove down to Disney World and we stayed there for a week, and we're able to get some points there, but we had a lot of points still available. And so we booked back in April, right before our actual trip that we drove down for Aulani, and my in-laws are coming and my brother and sister-in-law are coming, and we have a 2-bedroom villa, so we're super excited.
Nice.
That we're all sharing.
Aulani is so nice.
It is.
Yeah,
We're
So excited for you.
we're there for 4 nights, and then we rented an Airbnb on the Northeast Shore for, I think it's 7 nights, but we're not there for 7 nights because our airline decided that it was going to be like an astronomical amount to leave on the Saturday, or sorry, the Sunday or whatever it is. So we decided that we would lose essentially the extra day. But our flight doesn't leave until 11. So we actually get a whole day. We just don't get the sleep, which is actually perfect.
Yeah.
11 at night.
Sleep on the plane.
So, but yeah, we're super excited. We're all packed now. So like we pitch packed today because we're just like, yeah, we're just ready. However, I've not chosen my last pair because I'm not bringing a lot because I don't want to squish the crap out of my sneakers. And I'm actually going to be wearing my Air Max 1 heavies as my airport shoe.
Nice.
Air Max 1s are pretty sturdy, pretty comfortable. Sturdy. I have ankle problems, just to let you know. So like I can't have like super cushiony, like slip on, slip off type shoes. So they're good in between. And I'm not afraid to get them scuffed up because they don't really scuff up, because they have like the toe box is really, it's like that ripstop material. You don't really see anything. I took it on a water ride when I was in Disney World last time and everyone freaked out, and I don't have a problem with that because like if anyone, who owns the heavies?
Ruby.
Just Ruby?
Me.
Oh, you're looking around. Do you own anything from that pack?
Which one's the purple one?
Far out.
yeah.
Purple.
Those are the ones I have.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so nice.
I
That was
love
my favorite
those.
pair from the pack. But I got hit mine for retail, so I was super excited.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but yeah, I actually think the heavies are kind of the good in between of the two. Like far outs are really bright, mellows are a little too mellow, and then heavies are kind of in between. But yeah, that's gonna be
That's
my
why you
airport.
got to get all 3, bro.
Man.
Ruby, you have all three?
Oh, of course you do.
Like flex.
But yeah, that's gonna be my travel shoe, and I'm bringing a hiking shoe because we like to do hiking and stuff. So I'm bringing in a pair of ACGs that I have. They have like the React foam, but they have like the carbon fiber plate in them. Like they're like a pretty like they're a running hiker shoe, or I don't know. They're the most comfortable hiking shoe I've ever had. So I'm bringing those. Those are the ones that are stuffed in my suitcase because I don't care what happens to them. And I'm trying to decide on my last pair that kind of I'm gonna throw into my backpack. So I'm a 550 person. I'm not afraid of scuffing them because they're leather, so they're just easy wipe. If they get squished, I'm not worried either because I have a few pairs. So I'm probably gonna take those. I contemplated because I really want to go to Kith, Hawaii. I contemplated bringing my salmon toes, and I'm just like, I'm too afraid of something happening to them. So I chickened out.
Yeah.
I'm bringing just the 3 pairs total because it's a long trip, and yeah.
3 pairs for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'm there for 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Dang.
Ooh, you
Yeah, I'm
better-
here for. I'm in Atlanta for 3 days. I got 3 pairs.
Now
my carry on is half shoes.
when you have 2 children, none of you guys have children, I don't think, right? None of you guys have children. Yeah, so
I don't
a
know.
little different, okay?
I have a
Little
dog.
different
That's it.
situation.
Hey, I have a
Kids stepping
dog.
all over them. When I went to Disney World though, I did bring 5 pairs down, like when I drove down. But again, I don't have the vehicle with me this time. I can't like though I didn't pack those away. Like they were like in the trunk, like
Mhm.
nicely,
Yeah.
like they are, right?
Just in
So
case.
but yeah. But anyways, I'm super excited. I'm super pumped for it.
Well, we can't wait to see some pics, though.
Yeah,
I'm bringing my
excited.
camera, obviously. So there you go.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're super excited for you. Have a great trip with the fam. Matt, did you make it on property at all this week?
I got another boring week for you guys. I did not. I know I said I was gonna go, but we are going this Saturday. We're excited about the Territory Lounge at Wilderness Lodge. Has some they changed up their menu, and they got like this like popcorn flight and then like candied bacon
Ooh,
and
yeah.
what else? Oh, they have the pretty rad charcuterie board. I love charcuterie boards. I guess I blame my mom for all those Lunchables when I was like,
Yeah, adult
Same.
Lunchables.
yeah. And I think they have bone marrow too. I never had bone marrow before. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it, but yeah.
It's kind of gelatinous, very fatty. It's good, but it's like a particular taste, but it's worth trying.
Yeah,
some bougie
maybe I'll
shit.
try it. I don't know. But yeah, we are planning on doing that on Saturday. So I will recap that that food that we get.
Awesome. Well, I did make it on property last week. Last week was my birthday trip, so I was there 3 days. I stayed at the Viv Hotel, which was pretty cool actually. They have like really nice decor in there. It's a Marriott hotel. It's maybe like 5 minutes away. Since I have free parking with my pass, I didn't mind being not walking distance. I just pulled up to the garage every day, took the tram in. I did run into Jeff for Magic and his fiance on the first day, which was cool because I knew they were coming and I was like, hey, I hope I bump into you. And as soon as I got in on Main Street, I saw them shooting some content. So I was like, hey, look at these people. So that's always cool to bump into someone. And then Wednesday was my Walt's Main Street Story Tour, which I know John went on it as well. And I just had such a fantastic time. Got to learn some cool stuff on Main Street that I didn't know about. I won't spoil any of that for anyone who decides to go on this tour. Spending time in Walt's apartment and just like overlooking the people out, like coming into the park and like seeing what Walt's perspective was of like the happiness of people coming in under the tunnels and then like being able to just look out the window from the apartment was just so dope. The apartment was really cool, looked really old. Our tour guide was awesome. We only had 4 people on our tour, me, Luigi, and then another couple. So it was super intimate, which was really cool. And then just chilling on the patio. It's like, this is Walt's patio. And I'm just like chilling out here, drinking sodas, eating cookies. It was a great experience. I highly recommend the tour if you're into that kind of stuff. I had a great time. I wore a haunted mansion, like velvety dress that I have, and my pine green Jordan 1. So that was kind of my outfit for that day. Then on Thursday was my actual birthday. Met up with Adrian and his fam. We had Oogie Boogie Bash that day. So we changed midway through the day, but Luigi made me a pair of Stan Smiths. He usually like makes me a custom pair of sneakers for my birthday. So this year he usually paints Air Force Ones or Stan Smiths for me. This year he made me a pair of Ghost World sneakers. So Ghost World is one of my favorite comics and also movies. So that was really cool that he made those. I wore those in the park in the daytime. And then for Oogie Boogie Bash, I did a Tomater bound and Luigi was Luigi. So we went in as little Cars friends and had a great time. Got lots of candy, talked about Oogie Boogie already. And then Friday, just did like a half day, did morning, got breakfast, and then jetted back home to the doggo. So it was all around like a great trip. Love spending my birthday at Disney, and I'll do it every year for the rest of my life. It was amazing. So just had a really great time. For my Mater outfit, I wore like some workwear Dickies pants, and then I took like a nurse's shirt, and I basically took, it was like brown, but I took paint to it and like blotched paint so it looks like the side of Tomater's truck. And then I wore my patina Jordans, so that like looks kind of like the rusting a bit, which was cool. Someone was like, did you really do that to your Jordans just for this costume? I was like, no, these Jordans already come like this. So it actually worked out well that I wore those. So all in all, it was a great trip, had some good snacks and food, and I can't wait to go back in a couple weeks.
How much was
That
the tour?
It's 160, I want to say. It's 90-minute tour. So you spend 30 minutes down Main Street. They kind of like walk you through, tell you some like interesting tidbits about it. Then you spend 30 minutes inside Walt's apartment. You do get photo opportunity. You can't take pictures in there like on your phone or anything, but they have a person come in and take photos of you for PhotoPass. And then they do like little cookie and refreshments on the patio, and you just chill out there for the remaining half hour.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's a really cool experience, and one of those ones that I feel like is really worth it. Because I mean, how many times are you gonna say you went into Walt's apartment? So
Yeah, exactly.
good stuff. Yeah.
Ask your brother about that customer discount.
Right, I know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, and I did bump into Carl that day. We filmed the pod last Wednesday, and so that night I bumped into him, which is always nice to just see people in the park from
Did he hook you up like
the
you said?
community. He did.
Yeah.
That shit is tight. I was like, yo, this is what's up. Like and the cool thing too was that was Adrian's son first time being tall enough for Indiana Jones. He's been waiting to go on it, and every year he's a little, or every time he's been a little bit short. So it was finally his first time able to go, and he freaking loved it. So that was really cool. We were in the front row, and I was like, don't I drive like trash? Like he's like, yeah, it's crazy in there. So yeah, just all around good time. But yeah, can't wait to go back. Love it. All right. So next we're gonna get into Disney or Datney trivia and just catching up with you a little bit, Janelle, just to get to know you a little bit more. So in Disney or Datney, that is basically our this or that. So I'll just run through a couple items here and let us know what you prefer. So I think I know the answer to this one, but Disneyland or Disney World?
Land.
That's right.
Park.
Gang, gang. All right, Nike or Adidas? I think I know based on your background, but let's hear it.
Nike, yes.
I think you're in good company here. Heroes or villains?
I think I'm more of a villains girl.
Okay. So you were enjoying all those villain character interactions.
No, seriously, I do.
Love it. All right, I got some thrown in here from Max. We are also celebrating Filipino Heritage Month. So Halo Halo or Dole Whip?
I'm not actually a big Halo Halo fan.
I'm not either, surprisingly.
Yeah,
no.
so I guess I'll go with Dole Whip. Yeah, okay, good. I feel like I'm alone on that, but
Peach mango pie or churro?
churro.
Lumpia or Mickey pretzel?
Lumpia. I actually don't like the
Nice.
pretzel.
Bruh, I gotta say the question from the week of what are you bringing on your Filipino plate? And overwhelmingly everyone answered on my thing, lumpia. Lumpia was the winner.
Oh yeah,
Everyone was like, I don't
1000%.
care what's on my plate, but there better
Yeah,
be
as
some
long
meat down
as
there.
it's the best appetizers.
All right, rope drop or close the park?
I'm most likely to close the park. I've never rope dropped, even though I really want to, but getting up is always the
It's rough.
hardest. I've definitely closed the park out before. Yeah.
I like rope drop in theory is great. It's like
Yeah.
freshness, but it's like I'm tired as hell. My eyes are closed. I can't see nothing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really there mentally.
Yeah. No, I be trying to make that like 10:30 breakfast cut sometimes. Like
That's what we did. I'm like,
yeah.
breakfast, please.
So like to do rope dropped and to get up like a whole nother maybe 2 hours before that.
Rough. I feel you.
Yeah, they got
I want
it.
to do it. I ain't with it. I
Yeah.
don't go to sleep till like 2 or 3. So
Yeah, one of these days I'll get there.
all right, last one. Do you like your sneakers tightly laced or let them loose?
Loose. Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Matt is gonna take it to some trivia. Hope you're ready.
All right, so going back into Filipino Heritage Month, so I have some Filipino sneaker related questions and Disney as well. But are you ready?
I hope so.
All right, question number 1. How many Air Jordan 1 collabs does Aleli May have? And can you name the colorways?
She has 2. Dang, what are the first ones? Are they called the slippers or something? I don't know. I don't know what the second one is called. But I know they're green and blue and they're satin.
So she actually has 3. So you were right about the green and the blue ones. Those are the Khalifa, the comfort, the Air Jordan 1 comforts.
Yeah.
And then she had, I think the first one you were talking about is the Court Lux, which has like the fuzzy thing. It's like I think Ruby, you have those, right?
The corduroy with the satin,
That's the shadows.
the shadows, yeah.
Yeah, those are the
No,
ones with
I
the
don't have
corduroy.
the furry ones. I know which ones
But-
you're talking about though.
Yeah.
The one with that
wow,
furry
I forgot
tongue.
about
Yeah.
those
They got like
furry
different
tongue.
color paneling.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
called the Court Lux.
I forgot.
And then the shadows, which is the corduroy and the satin.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, question number 2. The Air Jordan 2 Low Titan
Mhm.
honors which medal achieved by the Philippines FIBA Championship in 1954? I think these are coming out soon. I don't know.
They
They're
came out
on
this past weekend.
really nice. You should just should have Googled it, you know? You'd be like, oh, 1 sec. And then edit. And then it edits for like 2 seconds.
But because I was just reading an article about it too. I wanna say silver.
It's actually bronze.
Dang.
It was
I
close.
look at the shoe, like there's no silver in the shoe, but there is like some like orange-ish bronze hints. Damn.
All right, question number 3. Where can you get lumpia in Disneyland?
Oh, what's it called? The Hideaway? Yeah.
Tropical Hideaway. Yeah.
Tropical Hideaway. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They also have it's not lumpia. What is it?
They have like those mushroom bows.
No, it's the banana one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Todon.
Todon, yeah.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
on there too. Mhm.
Mhm.
All right, question number 4. With the new Beauty and the Beast 30th celebration coming out later this year, This musical artist will be the first Black
Her.
Filipino. Yep.
I'm so
Got
excited.
it.
Knew that one though.
Honestly, I just found this out today. I had
Oh,
no idea.
really?
Yeah.
Dude,
she
I was
would've
I was
been
so
looking up
excited.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hella
Yeah.
dope though. And last question: how many Jollibees are within a 5-mile radius from Disneyland?
Oh hell. I don't know.
There's only one.
Oh, okay.
About 2 miles away from Disneyland.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I
I'm
didn't
about
know
to
that.
go there next
That's
time.
You about
I
to
didn't
go
know
there and
that.
bring that bucket to the
Right. Oh, I didn't know that.
Awesome.
That's it. That's all I
Cool.
got. Thank you for playing the Disney
Nice.
Hype trivia.
Thank you. Ooh, okay.
I know that part's always stressful. The first time I had to do trivia, I thought I was gonna have a meltdown. I was like,
Yeah.
I
was like, oh my
my
God,
brain
do I
is
know
blanking.
everything?
Even if I know stuff, I just like blank out. I'll be like,
Yeah,
I won't even
seriously.
guess. Luigi's like, just say anything. I'm like, I don't even know words anymore.
Yeah, well, I don't even know where to start to say.
All right, Janelle. So just we want to get to know you a little bit. We've gotten to know you all throughout, just talking about different stuff. But tell us a little bit about how you got into Disney, how you got into sneakers. I know you also do a podcast where you talk about that. You have kind of a couple brands going on. So just tell us a little bit more about you and how'd you get all involved in this community?
So, okay, so I've been into Disney my whole life, grew up watching the shits and everything. I've been to the parks when I was like really young. Obviously don't remember anything. Have no idea what I was doing there. But I have pictures, so I know I was there. And my uncle used to be one of the first Aladdins for one of the plays that they did as well. So like my family is just like deep rooted into Disney and everything. But on the sneaker front, I got into sneakers when I was in high school. And it kind of took one of my boyfriends kind of just like introduced me to sneakers in a sense, just like what it entailed for like different people and stuff like that. And then like since then I had taken upon myself and kind of like did my research more on everything that was going on within like communities and all these blogs and all these websites, and because this was before Instagram was really like as big as it was, so I was definitely like still on the blog sites all the time.
Hitting up that Nike talk.
Yeah, well see, I got in like right after Nike Talk, which was like I wish I was in that era, but I don't want to claim that. So but I got in like right after that, before I guess like I don't want to say like the downfall of it, but like more when the blog sites were more popping and stuff. But yeah, since then, like I've honestly tried to remain as like true to myself as I can be, with sneakers. I was big on kind of buying up like everything that came out at one point. At the time when I was in high school, like I was selling candy, I was baking cookies to like get my sneaker money and stuff like that. Like I was on my hustle. And this is also back then when you can put stuff on layaway. So I remember putting like a couple of shoes on layaway before, just so I can like, still get the shoe, but like, let me come back another week when I get my money back up and pay the rest off. So like, I was definitely doing that. I have no shame in that. But yeah, like since then, like I said, I just try to be true to myself as I can. And through that, I've gained all these connections, all these friendships with different people who work at different brands, and different companies and stuff like that. And, through this whole journey and then switching over to doing stuff that I really love, which is being part of like this Disney community, as well as other stuff that I do, because I actually have like a sex brand where I talk about sex and just normalizing it and making it like less taboo, which is completely opposite of like the happy-go-lucky Disney world and stuff. So like, I just want to be true to all my sides as I can and just remain me. Who can show off all these different facets in my life and still be able to work with whoever I want. I've never wanted to be held down to a specific brand, company, whatever, because I want, that's not me. Like you see, I'm into all these other things, and I want to stay that way. So a couple of years ago too, me and my best friend ended up creating a podcast called Her Side Podcast, where we talk about our lives, mainly me dealing in sneakers, and then her with being in the music industry, being a photographer, videographer, and how just giving like a woman's perspective on things, as well as like dating and stuff in LA, sex topics, and just like current issues that are going around in our communities and stuff like that. We haven't recorded in a while just because we've just been busy, and it was kind of hard during the pandemic as well. So we hope to bring it back again. I enjoy like talking about things, especially like it's only so much I can do on Instagram with like texting it out or just like typing it out. Like I enjoy like talking about it all the time. So I'm definitely excited to bring that back. But yeah, that's like all the different parts of my life, and they honestly revolve around sneakers in a big sense of that, because I've always said that sneakers what helped me have confidence. I didn't know what I was doing in high school until I found sneakers, and it really gave me like a big confidence boost. It really helped me define like who I am and what I enjoy doing, and what I love talking about too. So it's definitely like I have sneakers to thank for honestly everything that I do. So I always try to implement that in everything. I also, right before the pandemic, I ended up making a sneaker like Disney page called Lace Hoppers, and I wanted to like be in the parks and snap pictures of people's sneakers, whatever, and just talk to them about like their experiences in Disney, in the parks, whatever. But then the pandemic hit, and I was like, then the parks closed, so I couldn't do anything. So I hope like when passes come back and I'm in the parks like more regularly, I can bring that back as well, because it's still like a big part of my life, and you guys know it as well. Like I've met so many people first in the sneaker community who also like Disney stuff, and then being in the Disney community, you find out that we're all kind of alike and have more things in common than just the one and one. Like there's a lot of things that always like cross over, and also because Disney crosses over into things, and so does sneakers. So it's definitely, I think they go hand in hand most of the time too. And you need shoes to walk in the parks, and why not?
That's right. That's right.
So so yeah, that's a little of me.
Damn, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. I really love how you kind of discuss the like dichotomy of the things that you're interested in, and really like there is a lot of contrast between like sex positivity and like Disney, and it's like how do you bring both of those parts of you and not like segment out like, oh, Disney and sex are like taboo topics that can't like exist in the same like ecosphere. And it's like, but these are all facets of like who we are. And so I totally love that. Like I'm a shroom advocate, like for microdosing, and like some people will be like, that's weird. Like we're talking about drugs and Disney. I'm like, but like the way that I think about shrooms is more like I said, microdosing, like the mental health side of it, of like feeling confident in your skin, and then finding a place where you feel really happy, like Disney. And so I think it's cool that people like us are finding these communities and sharing these aspects, because we're out here, we exist, and like we can be sex positive people and love Disney and love sneakers, and these are all like valid things to bring together because they are our identity. So I think that's really cool that you're like sharing that and moving forward with that kind of message and like connecting with the other people who are into that as well.
Because like with sex, you have kids, you take them to Disney, like it all crosses over,
and we all need shoes
right? Exactly.
Is that how it happened? That's how it happened.
That is how it happened.
James has been wondering how those little 4 feet running around.
How did 2 kids come? I have no idea.
Come on, now you're taking them to Alani, like.
Gets more expensive. Gets twice as
Well,
expensive.
Yeah.
Disney
I can
Disney
only
told me it was
imagine.
historic. I don't know.
The store. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Oh,
definitely
man.
like to be open as much as I can. And I know sometimes it's also weird, especially like I've been dealing a lot more with the Disney adults now too, and I see how there's some stuff that they don't talk about because of brands, deals, whatever. And I never wanted to put myself in that type of box. Like I've always tried to be as open as I can with all the things that I'm in, because I wouldn't want someone to just come to me and just think that I'm this when I'm really like all of this. So I know the challenges that might come with like being open about sex, but as long as I just remain myself, I'm like, I don't even
Yeah.
care. Yeah.
Yeah, you want brands that like, I mean, the authenticity of like being an influencer or a brand ambassador, whatever all these terms are, like the authenticity behind that of like people really identify with the brands versus like just seeing accounts where it's like, do you actually even care about these products that you're
Exactly.
promoting or that you're partnering with? And so it's like if you remain an authentic person and the people who are following your journey know that about you, and they know that that could potentially be a conflict of like, some brands would find this too
Yeah.
taboo and be like, I'm not going to touch it. It makes it so that those who are following your journey are like, damn, I believe that Janelle really is about what she's talking about because
Yeah,
she's so
exactly.
authentic in all ways. And I think people really appreciate that, especially in today's, space with social media. It's really hard to like sift through that, like what's real and what's not. And like, I'm all for people getting that bag and like do what you got to do. But
Same.
it's always dope when you find somebody who you feel like, oh, you authentically connect with these brands, and then it gets people genuinely interested in them.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think
And
that's
because I
dope.
feel like a lot of more, I don't want to say kids, because I feel like overall there's a lot of money and stuff in social media. So that's why people are trying to get into that. But I also feel like you still have to remain who you are. Like you're not just this social person. Like you're a person outside of your Instagram and stuff like that. You have to be that person all the time, not the one that you're always showing.
Yeah. You got to bring back that realness to the gram or the talks or wherever we're showing up.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
let's be authentic. And I think that's what I've found so much love in this community, the Kicks of the Castle. It's like people who authentically love sneakers and
Yeah.
also authentically love Disney. And it's like, I always say, it's the best place on the internet that we found, like people who just have these common interests and are really down to like show up as their true self.
I met so many people. Crazy. I met so many people during the pandemic because we created like these group chats and stuff and like these these book clubs as well. Like,
Yeah.
and we're just so like-minded people that it's crazy. Like I never would have thought that I would have this many people that I connect with, like it's really wild.
It's dope. It's always like, how do you make friends as an adult when you're not at work or like, right? You like when you're in school, you make friends in school. Like,
Seriously.
and what if you're at work? You're like, all right, I've known all the people I know at work. Like, I want to be friends with two of these people. It's like, where do I find all these adult friends? And then you're like,
Yeah,
man, find them on
yeah.
the internet talking about sneakers and Disney. That's pretty fun.
Like who would have thought?
Who knew this is what AIM would turn into one day? Catch us
Oh
all
my
in the
God.
Discord.
Yeah, it's a fun time over
Awesome.
here.
Yeah. Matt or James, did you have any questions for Janelle?
It was nice to hear what other things you're involved in, and I always appreciate that. Similar to what Ruby said, like it's just good to hear more community, right? Like and kind of to bank, or I guess to go off of like the pandemic and things like that, like as bad and truly bad as it was. I met a lot of amazing people, including some of you here in person. All right, like we met via like the pandemic once Kicks at the Castle started, but like me and John, Weekends at Walt, already followed each other again via the pandemic, via me being on Instagram and the secret community, and which led me to John and I talking to realize we're both into huge Disney fans, like, oh, we're starting to a podcast and, you know, about Disney and sneakers. It's like super niche, but like, you know, it's like, it's pretty wild, right? And to see like community and I think the sneaker community, if finding the right, I shouldn't say the right people, but it's an open community if you connect with the right people.
Yeah.
Like when I first came back into it, I didn't know anybody. This is pre-pandemic because like I was like, oh, it's just Complex. Like whatever Complex posts is cool and whatever, you know, and in reality, it's not. There's so many layers to it. There's so much love for other things and appreciation for who you are and, you know, from what you stand for to how you dress to what shoes you wear, right? It's like it's very different than what like the traditional social media of sneakers shows you. And I love hearing, you know, I guess you're not an influencer, but you're an artist, right? And
Content creator.
So, no, like I think of like to me, like even influencers as much like there are artists, like because I look at it and I go like, you know, I can't do that on a daily basis. Like you have your own market, and it's like props to them, like or dislike them. It's just like sometimes you look at it and go like they're artists, like they consistently, like you said, they put on this show and you have to continue it after, right? Or else it's like fake or not real, right? So but yeah, I love listening to it. So yeah.
Thank you.
Matt, what about you? Any questions?
Yes, just a quick one. What's your Jollibee order?
I actually don't like Jollibee.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I usually don't go to Jollibee's. Like I'll go to
Chow King.
I'll go to Chow King sometimes. No, what is it? Like Seafood City.
Yeah.
I'll just go into any of like whatever Filipino restaurants in there, or what is it, Red Ribbon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go into there and get my sweets and stuff and my pandesal.
So Janelle, you're Filipino. So what do you love to like celebrate about your culture and then that we're in Filipino Heritage Month?
What I like to celebrate the food. Obviously, I grew up eating a lot of stuff. And the heritage, you know, my grandparents came from the Philippines. My mom is Filipino, so her side is kind of like first generation out here. Though I wish I got to talk to my grandma a little bit more about like her upbringing and like her coming over and everything like that, because I know we still have family out there, but you know, once you get a little bit older, you don't really realize how treasured like talking to your grandparents are about like their heritage and stuff like that, because that's obviously like where you come from. So I wish I had more questions and more answers from my grandma before she passed and everything like that. But I still love like just how like open like us Filipinos are and how family oriented, how big family oriented we are. Because honestly, during the pandemic too, like me and my family like really came together through a lot of stuff. We had like, I don't want to like bring the shit down, but like we had like a lot of passings during that time too. So it really just brought like the family together in like a totally different way than we were before. Like me and my cousins all have like a group chat together and we're just going at it every day. Like it's just nice to have like cousins as friends and stuff now. And you know, we're all local and everything like that too, but like just the fact that I have that with my family, that's really something I really enjoy.
Yeah, I love that. I'm not Filipino, but I grew up with a lot of Filipino friends, and often people think I am Filipino, but I will say like the family dynamic is one of the things that I really love, because I know growing up around all my Filipino friends, like being in their households, it's like I'm the new cousin, like we're all here, and it's like can't nobody tell us we're not cousins. Like that's my tita, that's your like we're all here together.
We're all related.
Yeah, I love it. It's a beautiful culture. So yeah, I'm happy to be celebrating it this month. Celebrating the friends that I consider family as well. And, you know, Matt, I know is very proud of his culture. We get really excited just to celebrate our individual cultures as well. You know, it brings us
Mhm.
together, like where we have commonalities. And so I really want to thank you for joining us. It's been really dope getting to talk to you, and look forward to continuing to follow like what you're doing, and see what you do with your podcast in the future, and just getting to know more about you. So I just want to say thanks again for joining us.
Well, thank you guys for having me. This was awesome. I haven't been able to do this before, like talk about Disney and sneakers like this. It was really dope.
Well, you know, if you start to pick up your little Disney segment where you start asking people about their shoes, you know, send us in some clips, throw it on the pod, like it's
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
like-
no, we can get it going.
Live from the park, we got you.
Right?
On feet commentary, like
Right.
I always like to mix things up. So yeah, definitely keep in touch with us, and totally look forward to following more. So with that, thanks to everyone who's listening for our Halloween episode. Hope you're all having a good Halloween as we get this out to you next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review for us. You can check us out on YouTube and join us on the Discord. And we are Kicks at the Castle. You can follow us on Instagram. And don't forget to tag us in your dope sneaker Disney fit pics, as well as use the hashtag Kicks the Castle. So Janelle, how can the people connect with you?
You can find me on my Instagram at jcheyenne_. I recently started a TikTok, so I'm diving into that whole new realm. Also at jcheyenne_. And then you can also hear me tweet about whatever on Twitter at _jcheyenne.
Nice. All right. Well, my name is Ruby, and you can find me on Instagram at Rubes. That's ROOBSS. You can find my dude John at Weekends with Walt, and Irv at Main Street Dad. James, how can the listeners find you?
Find me at Alani. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
You can find me
Last
at
minute
James.
flex.
You can find me at James B Will 2 on Instagram. That's the only thing. I'm not cool enough to be on TikTok. So
Hey man, I can't understand the TikToks. I watch them from time to time, but I don't know how to work that thing.
Whole different
It's a
ballgame.
skill for sure. And last but certainly not least, my man Matt, where can everyone find you?
I do have a TikTok, but just like everyone else, I don't use it at all. But you can find me on Instagram at the Disney Hype Beast.
All right, that's what we got for you. Thanks everyone. Peace out.
Peace.